Hey guys, so it's GhostNat here, also known as Simon. So I'm a new YouTube channel that's going to be starting up on YouTube, and my plan is to be a gaming and airsoft channel, just because I enjoy airsoft and I enjoy gaming. It's going to be something I pursue as a side kind of thing. I'm not going to be doing it full time just because I don't think it's going to be a stable thing for myself, just because it requires a bit more effort, and I have a full-time job which I know at least I'm securing at this current moment. If it all does go well, I might consider doing it as a full-time thing. However, I'm not entirely convinced on it being successful at the minute. But I'm still going to try it anyway. So a bit about myself. So I'm Simon. I'm 21 and I enjoy gaming and airsoft. I know it sounds daft with just the introduction then, but it's something that we work with. So regarding what I'm going to be playing and doing, so today I'm just going to be playing some Kerbal Space Program while we wait for it, that's all. So I'm going to be playing a mixture of both online games and offline games. So we might be playing For Honor, Skyrim, Oblivion, any Fallout game because I love them. But I also might be doing some airsoft content from time to time. What I'm going to do very quickly is just basically play a bit of Kerbal, and I can explain everything that's going on for you. So when it comes to games, that's all. So I play them as a hobby. I don't play them competitively. I don't play them for, well, to people please, as some other people call it. I'm gonna be playing games I like, games I want to play. It it's like Call of Duty. I don't want to be playing that every day until it basically gets boring. I'd rather play something where I'm going to enjoy playing it, and if my friends are all down for it, we can play it together. So today, like I said, playing Kerbal Space Program, I'm going to basically try to see how quickly I can get to the moon. I have played this game a fair bit, so basically, while I'm building crafts to go to the moon, I'm just going to be talking about myself, talking about what I've got plans for. In regards with the channel then, so once I start uploading a bit more regularly, basically I want feedback. Even if it is just the smallest thing like, oh you sound muffled, oh you sound grainy, anything. Anything that just helps me build the channel up. So, even like I said, even if it's something small, I will take into consideration. At the minute, it's just gonna be myself that does the channel, so unfortunately, there's no one else that would help with this, just because it's, well, a new thing I'm gonna be doing. So, just 1 second. As always, I'm just gonna save every craft. Just because if I want to look back on anything, I can do. Albeit I can't spell to save my life. Yeah, so if anyone's ever played Kerbal Space Program before, I'm currently playing on career mode. There are a couple of mods installed, but I can't remember what they are, just because I installed them ages ago. Not got around to uninstalling them. So basically, start off with Kerbal. This is Jebediah, the man, the myth, the legend. Absolute beast he is, because I've managed to drop him from orbit and survive. Basically, what we have to do is you have to get science in career mode as well as money. So we need to do reports on our situations. So just do a quick science report of his expedition / EVA outside of the ship on the launch pad. So for this, we're gonna get 2.4 science. We're also gonna do a crew report while we're here. Yet again, just to get a bit more science. Now, unfortunately for Jeb, he's known to being killed quite often due to, well, people being sadistic. So we're gonna launch him over. Hope and pray that he doesn't die. And basically we're trying to get some science while we're mid-flight, just because that'll allow us to get a fast track on getting better stuff to keep Jebediah alive. So as we've slowed down a bit, I'm going to deploy the parachute now, just because I know that if we carry on, we're going to end up going basically aerodynamic to the ground. So basically we'll be travelling the least resistance, which then causes us to speed up towards the ground like an ICBM. What I'm going to do is just increase the altitude of the parachute's 1,500, as we do weigh a bit, and like I said, we are going to end up spinning around due to our aerodynamics work. With games, like I'm going to go back onto this bit. So, like I said, if my friends do want to help out with this every now and again, they will be in videos. However, none of them really pursue this as a career. So they may occasionally help, but I'm not guaranteeing it. But I'll be playing games like Project Zomboid as well. So if they do want to play, because most of them are into that game, if they do play, I'll just post some videos with that on Build 42. Summer's play 7 days, so yet again, if we do get around to it, we'll be playing a fair bit of 7 Days to Die as well. I do play Fallout, so 1 through 76 basically, so all the way up to 76. I do play it quite a bit, so if I do ever run into any while on there, by all means drop a message to see what's going on. I might be recording a video for all you know, I don't know yet. But that's our first launch done in the series, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go back to the Space Centre. So we've got a couple buildings. We've got the astronaut complex, so that's where you can hire different Kerbals to help with your missions. So pilots allow you to fly better. They don't need a constant connection to the space station to get SAS, which is your stability assist, or RCS, when actually on the ship. RCS requires fuel, SAS just uses electrical charge. Engineers allow you to set up different science experiments, as well as fix any broken parts if they get damaged while you're out flying. Scientists, as it says, there are scientists. They will increase the amount of science you get per mission, while also being able to rerun experiments and run them from EVAs. They also help generate science, so anything that generates science over time, i.e. some satellites or basically anything where it's constantly gathering data, they help with that. So unfortunately we don't need any new personnel just to help us with this mission, as we've already got plenty. You've got the space plane hangar, so it's similar to the vehicle assembly building, but this is for making aircrafts. Then we've got the tracking station, so you can track what missions are currently out. You've got your administration building, so we can pick up things that allow us to help earn money, because we do need money. So I'm going to quickly set up a fundraising one, which takes some of our reputation to generate some income. So from now on, we'll take 10% of our generation and yield 1,027 funds for 1 unit of reputation. Now we've got the mission control, so that's where we get our missions from. So we need to escape the atmosphere. We also need to potentially orbit Kerbin within a short period. And then we go to the R&D building, which is this building here. Or section, hexagonal piece, whatever you want to call it. It allows us to unlock some more rocketry style things. So we are looking to progress our ability to fly upwards. So we're going to unlock the Engineering 101 and the basic rocketry. So that allows us to get some liquid fuel instead of solid fuel, and decouplers, as well as an extra science experiment and some communication devices to allow us to keep connected to the space station. So back into the vehicle assembler. We've got our launch pod / command pod. It's just a basic one in a minute. I always just change the colour of them and toggle flag because I don't like the look of the flag on there. So on this run, we're just going to try to get higher up. So we're going to put the mystery glue on the side of it with a thermometer. There are 2 science experiments that we can run while flying. Put a parachute on top of it. And as we're going to be going higher, we need to start worrying about how we're landing. So in this case, I'm just going to make everything else drop from the pod, just because in this case, if we don't, there's a higher chance of us exploding. Then what I'm going to do underneath it is put the fuel pods / fuel tanks. So on this run, we're just going to put 2 with a liquid fuel engine. Colour them in again, as we did earlier. Put another decoupler with a solid fuel booster. So with solid fuel and liquid fuel, solid fuel is just raw power. You can't toggle it on and off. You either go up or you don't go up. It depends if it's on or not. As you can see from our 2 fuel tanks with liquid fuel and the solid fuel, they are roughly the same size, give or take. However, that just gives us more power and it's instantaneous, whereas that we need to control the throttle with it. So we're going to try to go north, just so we can get to the the North Pole. I don't know why I'm about to say South Pole then. Basically, we're just going to go north, get a bit more science, and then we're going to try to get an orbit going. Just call it Science MK1, save for craft and launch. So for today, like I said, I'm just going to get to the North Pole, call it today, and then what I'm going to do from now on is just record a little bits of games while I'm playing, just so I can get an idea of what I want to be playing in the background of videos. So all I've done is I've just tried to launch the rocket going north on the decent angle, because we don't want to be going too straight up, otherwise we won't be going far north, but we don't want to be going too flat, otherwise we won't have the control / ability to make sure we get there safely. And as you can see, we've got plenty of speed. Whether or not if we can actually reach it due to drag is another question. Now we are heating up because we are going fast in the atmosphere, so we just need to watch out for that. But we have broke some world records here. Each time you beat a world record, it just gives you some stuff in game. And just disconnects that from the thing, from the main body, and then we just carry on going north. If we check a map, we can see how close we are. Unfortunately, we're not going to get to the pole, but we are going to land potentially in some hills here. Now while we're up here, might as well get a crew report from Jebediah. So that's 4.5 science. Long for temperature, so that's going to be 7.2. And then let's have a look at a mystery goo, shall we? So that's 9 science. That's going to allow us to get a bit more parts, which allow us to basically go further. Now I've sped up time here in game, just because it's going to take a while to get back to the ground. So just keep it somewhat going. We've had our yellow dots going as we're hitting down, so I think about here will do. And then as we start slowing down, it'll naturally correct itself for the parachute. Just because we're going to be hitting a large surface. Now, what I am going to do, just because we are coming into the ground quite fast, is just chain my parachute to 2,500. Set that to deploy. And there we are. And keep it sped up while we're going to the ground. Get an EVA report. And then recover the vessel. When it comes to recovering vessels, basically, the more you recover, the more money you get back, because each part costs X amount of funds. So in this case, we're only going to get back the mystery goo pod, the thermometer, parachute casing, as well as the actual landing pod itself. Now, as we are consistently bringing back some world records as well, we are gaining some funds and some science naturally. So to start off with, you always start off with 25,000, but we are on 180,000 now. Just because we got our first mission launched, brought back some science, as well as basically beating some records on our first launch. Now we've done a second launch, we've broke even more because we went faster, went higher. Now we're just going to come in for a nice controlled landing here. Oh, I think the world just had a moment there. Yeah, so I've done that. Get an EVA report from Jebediah. Reboard our landing pod. That is concerning with how often it's doing it. Cover our vessel. And there we are. So from all that, we've just got 42 science plus the 14.9 we started off with. So we can get general rocketry, as well as survivability, just because we want to be able to drop from higher and bring back more stuff when we come back. Yeah, like I said, that's going to be today. Bit of a long form video, I do apologise, but like I said, as time goes on, I will try to make them better. But for today, thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.